This research has a number of different implications. First of all, we have to readjust our funding structures for agricultural research. Over the last 50 years, we put a tremendous amount of effort into research on primary commodities, our grain crops. But really, one of the implications of this research is that we need to be focusing more on fruits and vegetables in terms of our research agenda.
I think one of the important things about this paper is that it really highlights the fact that in order to meet the demands of feeding a global population that's increasing, we need to depend on intensive agriculture. And one of the things that comes with intensive agriculture is really an impact on the environment, so things like greenhouse gas emissions. So we really need to do research thinking about how we can use best management practices in agriculture that increase agricultural productivity while protecting the environment.
When we're talking with farmers and working with farmers, it becomes clear that they want to enhance biodiversity, they want to support biodiversity on their farms, but in many cases they're not sure how to do it. So it's important that we think about farmland birds, we think about the ecosystem services on farms like pollinators, and we give farmers the tools they need to actually support them. How can they manage their land better? How can they take the marginal lands out of production and use that to support these ecosystem services, of which there are many?
So we looked at the carbon footprint of our food system. We only looked at it, everything up to the farm gate, so all the resources required to produce our food until it gets to the farm gate. But there's a whole other level of carbon footprint and climate change impacts that result when you look at how the food gets from the farm gate to our table. So there's processing, there's transportation, storage, cooking, and all of those can have big implications for climate change. But also, we need to think about a nutritional aspect as well, because we lose a lot of nutrition along the supply chain as well as we transform things and process them.
There are sources of protein that we can also explore in addition to this, such as insect production of protein. How do we mass produce protein? How do we transport protein globally? These are issues because certainly vegetables and fruit can be limited by shelf life. So all of this is really about a beginning of ideas, and we have to link those ideas to the value system of each one of us here in this country.